Unfortunately, ran second on the first weekend. I think she's improved further from there and excellent chance.
Yeah, she's well. She's a gutsy winner last time. She won well. And yeah, we've put a better jockey this time because she's carrying 61. So we wanted her, and she's going up in distance. So let's hope she gets it well.
Last time we won well with Ryan Ahmed, and the same horse where we finished by the book second with 0-1, and now this time I'm riding and he's carrying top 8. So both the horses carrying top 8. So let's hope he's come and win second time also.
See, she's very well bred. She does not have the engine in her. She's ungenuine, unpredictable. She doesn't run two race alike. She is one of the most unreliable horse in my yard.
Book number 2, Dawn Rising, 3, Elite Agent, 4, Altamont, quite a bit of runners with 5, Konichiwa, and number 7, Russian Romance. So we start off with the first runner by the book. This is the horse which ran second on this occasion, where came into that fighting line with Dawn Rising, and ultimately Dawn Rising was the one who emerged victorious to win by a margin of almost 1 length, in fact. And this horse, Dawn Rising, emerged victorious, and by the book was the one who ended up finishing on second. But 3, Elite Agent, was in that back punch, finished on ending up 7th out of 12 runners, rated at 17th for cross nose band. Fold Altamont ended up 3rd on this occasion, came in from that last position to end up finishing on 3rd was Altamont, sporting blinkers, tongue strap, rated at 16. Konichiwa, on the other hand, ran 9th out of 12 runners, rated at 15th for tongue strap, and Russian Romance was the one who ran ending up 10th out of 12 runners, rated at 9th for blinkers and tongue strap. Number 6 will be Lightning Flame. Lightning Flame was the one who ran 9th, memorable time, was the winner of this race, and Lightning Flame was last, in fact, in the Silks of Gold with brown belt and cap. After that, 4th in his pre-sorting over that longer trip in this occasion, finished on 9th out of 12 runners. 9th right throughout, memorable time of the winners, from blinkers, tongue strap, rubber bit, rated at 12 is Lightning Flame. David Livingston at a 777. 8 will be Sand Castles. Sand Castles was the one who ran 4th on this occasion, is Sand Castles. This is the last winter run you're looking at, where Sandcastles ran 4th. After that, 5th being Turkoman and 7th being Thunderstruck, finished 4th out of 9 runners. Aureole was the winner, rated at 2. Spun blinkers, tongue strap is number 8, Sandcastles.
Stellantis won his only start in winter, won it well. Unfortunately, after that he had a setback. We had to give him a break. He's taken the break well. He's come out of the break nicely. He's done four to 5 pieces of workouts. We have a Roman Spirit to beat, I think, because it's had a run.
Roman Spirit, he had a good forward run last time. I think he will be 1-2.
Excellent race, running after almost a year, actually precisely after a year. He's run on 4th of June last year. He's had quite a lot of issues. He's overcome that, and he's had a mock race last week. The mock race was quite decent, but then he's running after a layoff for 1 year, and then he's got 2 3-year-olds he's going to be taking on. And I think the 3-year-olds at this point are better, and I hopefully should be able to beat them.
Force plate, and we have a look at the first runner will be Stellantis. Well, Stellantis was the one, made every post a winning one, and won in style. Ultimately is Stellantis, winning by a margin of 3 3/4 lengths. Look at the ease at which Stellantis won in race number 65. Won effortlessly, beating Seeking the Stars from tongue strap, rated at 40. Roman Spirit comes the next, who ran 3rd. True Faith was the winner. Well, winner of a race in his last outing in race number 101, beating Fast Pace. But subsequently, in race number 1, finished on 3rd on the sorting. 3rd out of 10 runners. Did the running for most part of the journey and ended up 3rd. True Faith was the winner, knocking at the door, rated at 38. Defining Power, the eventual winner in this race is Defining Power. After that, 4th behind Peridot on the previous occasions, ended up finishing on winning this race, beating Bruce Almighty is defining par. Also, although you're slightly shifting out, but did end up winning this race by 1 3/4 lengths, rated at 35 for Tungstar Crossnose Band. And we have a look at number 4, Excellent Ray. Excellent Ray ran 4th out of 9 runners as Excellent Ray in the silks of red with white Maltese cross as Excellent Ray. Came in from the 3rd last position to come and finish on 4th out of 9 runners. When Tungstar Crossnose Band rated at 30 is number 4, Excellent Ray. But the winner was a long way sighted Polished Girl, winning by a margin of 6.5 lengths. The Whisper Quietly is the next runner who ran 9th last. In fact, there you can see at the top of your screen is the Whisper Quietly. Chinese Whisper of Martinique is number 5, the Whisper Quietly, who ran 8th out of 9 runners behind Montelina. And in this occasion, 9th out of 12 runners behind Nicolina is Whisper Quietly. Is from Tungstar, rated at 30 is number 5, the Whisper Quietly. 6 will be Empire of Dreams. Empire of Dreams is the one who ran 3rd on this occasion. Well, led the field for most part of the journey right until the final 150 meters, and ultimately Pavarotti came and swooped onto the front runner and emerged victorious to win by 9 3/4 lengths. And Empire of Dreams ran into the money, finishing on 3rd out of 10 runners, rated at 29 spawning blinkers. Tungstar is number 6, Empire of Dreams. 7 will be Je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi ran 6th. The Queen Regnant was the winner of this race, and Je ne sais quoi was the one who was sporting that green cap, being pushed to ask for an acceleration, and ended up finishing on ultimately 6th out of 8 runners, having run 9th out of 12 runners behind Beldona on the previous occasion, rated at 27 spawn blinkers. And Tungstar is number 7, Je ne sais quoi. 8 will be Scarlet Ibis. Scarlet Ibis ran 5th on the sorting as Scarlet Ibis. This is race number 161 you're looking at, having run 7th behind Capriati and 9th behind Tripitaka on the previous occasions. Ended up in this run 5th out of 8 runners. Aldgate was the winner of this race, rated at 26. Lord Admiral Dr. Mariska is number 8, Scarlet Ibis. And 9 will be Way of Life. Way of Life ran 11th. Mr. Humble was the winner of this race, and Way of Life was the one was in that back point and gradually dropping out to end up finishing on in that back slots is Bay of Life. Planetaire out of Town of Life. No form to go by on both the occasions. For blinkers, Tungstar rated at 25. Cinco de Mayo comes next. Cinco de Mayo ran 2nd. Memorable Time was the winner, and Cinco de Mayo is out of Green Coast out of Just Gold, who ran 2nd, just about half a length separating the first 2 runners. With Memorable Time came with a lightning run on the outside, and in the silks of dark blue with gold belt, Cinco de Mayo ran, ending up half a length behind the winner, rated at 20s for Tungstar.
Big Red has been a little disappointing, and his last start he's been placing, running the big races. I've casted him in March in Bombay, and subsequently he has come to Bangalore and shown a lot of improvement. I think he'll run a very big race.
Julio also had only one start in the winter, had a setback again. Given him time, he's come out of it well. He's been working well. We were not scheduled to run this race, but looking at the entries, there was nothing really outstanding in this race, so we are taking a chance running him over the mile. I think he comes from the aquamarine family, which needs ground, so we're running him the mile.
Yeah, he's run a couple of times. I think he's a good staying horse. He'll take a little while. I think he has a good chance here, but definitely be much better over a distance.
Good Tip has run a good 2nd last time in heavy downpour, and we think that she's bred to stay, and that's why we've run her over a mile. She's an unknown quantity as such because she's never gone the distance. Hopefully she proves her pedigree, and hopefully she should win.
For maiden horses 3 years only, number 1 will be Big Red, who ran 5th. Christoffel was the winner of this race, and this horse Big Red ended up 5th in Christoffel's win, having finished on 4th behind Jamari in race 192 in Mumbai, with 5th being Christoffel in the subsequent outing, and once again finished on 5th again is Big Red behind Christoffel in race number 148. One Tungstar rated at 28. And 3 will be Lionel, we'll move on to number 2. That's Julio. In fact, Julio was the one in race number 41, finished on 5th out of 7 runners. 5th right throughout was Julio. In the silks of navy, blue, red and yellow sash is Julio. Cougar Mountain out of Aquamarine ended up finishing on 5th out of 7 runners. Zar was the winner. Sporting tongue strappers. 3 will be Lionel. Lionel was the one who ran 5th. Auspicious Queen was the winner of this race, and Lionel was the one in this multi-dimensional prize-wise, finished on 5th out of 6 runners. In fact, led the field for most part of the journey. Also coming up will be Tiger Shark. Led the field for most part of the journey is Lionel and ended up finishing on 5th out of 6 runners, whereas Lionel in his previous outing finished on 3rd out of 11 has been Golden Warrior, rated is that a multi-dimensional prize-wise. And number 5 in the card we have a look at is Tiger Shark, was the one who ran 6th out of 6 runners last in Auspicious Queen's win, having finished 12th out of 13 runners in Synthesis. Win is Tiger Shark. Phoenix Star out of Tigress Nor is number 5, Tiger Shark. 4 will be Shadow of the Moon. Shadow of the Moon ran 3rd. Original Sin was the winner of this race, and Shadow of the Moon was the one who was nicely positioned towards the inner railing, but and eventually ended up finishing on 3rd on this run is Shadow of the Moon. Original Sin was the one who ended up winning this race. We have seen this footage earlier, but this horse, Shadow of the Moon, ended up in that 3rd position. Rated the Sporting tongue strap is Shadow of the Moon. Cecil out of Arua is number 4. 6 will be Estefania, who ran 10th. Del Pico was the winner of this race. Almost in that second last position was Estefania. Mukaddam out of Estemana is number 6, Estefania, who ran 10th out of 11 runners. Just beat one home on this occasion, where Del Pico was the winner. And this is the winter run looking at. Sporting tongue strap and cross nose band is number 6, Estefania. 7 will be Good Tip. Number 7, Good Tip, is out of Rodrigo Connor out of Mateji, is a Good Tip, who finished on 2nd on this outing in the colors of red, white, Maltese cross. Is Good Tip was angling for his run towards the rail side and got that to end up finishing on ending up 2nd on this outing. It was pouring the other day. This is the summer run. You have seen this footage earlier where Vivaldo came in 1, and a Good Tip on the other hand ran 2nd after that 4th being Champions Way. Certainly an improved performance coming in on this occasion, finishing on 2nd out of 8 runners. Rated is putting blinkers and tongue strap is number 7, Good Tip. We mount to number 8, Irish Rockstar. Irish Rockstar was traveling in the center of the track and finished on 8th out of 12 runners. Elpenor was the winner of this race. Multi-dimensional of Woman of War is 8, Irish Rockstar. Race number 110 you're looking at, 8th out of 12 runners. That's the form and credential of number 8, Irish Rockstar, sporting tongue strap.
I couldn't race him subsequently because he was suffering from Sossions. I brought him here. I think he's a good horse. I think there's one danger in the race called Muzzle Tau.
Muzzle Tau also ran 2nd in his first start. Then he was withdrawn in the gates in the 2nd start. Well, he's worked good, and I have Trevor riding him, so he's got a good chance to win that race.
Yeah, he ran on invitation weekend. Unfortunately, the fields were large and I picked an awful draw. Again, I've picked a semi-awful draw. I have a good jockey riding him. He's the champion jockey of Dubai. And let's hope he adapts to the Indian conditions and the tracks of Bangalore. And I'm quite bullish on him running well in this race.
Currently, we have a look at number 1, Golden Glow. Golden Glow ran 3rd. Reminiscence was the winner. This is the Mumbai run you're looking at, angling for his run, and got that opening in between runners to come and finish on 3rd on this outing is Golden Glow. Excellent out of Ice Glow is number 1, Golden Glow. Race number 106 finished on 3rd out of 12 runners. Reminiscence was the winner of this race in race number 106 Mumbai season. And 2 will be Naughty Challenger. Naughty Challenger finished on 5th. Anzac Pimpernel was the winner of this race. As a 2 outings is Naughty Challenger. Gusto out of Farfishina is number 2, Naughty Challenger. Ran 6th on the first outing being Naughty Charmer, and in this occasion 5th out of 6 runners. Anzac Pimpernel was the winner. Tongue strap and cross nose band is number 2, Naughty Challenger. 3 will be Mars Goal. Mars Goal was the one who ran third. Champions Way was the winner of this race, and Mars Goal was the one. Phoenix Star out of Lady in Lace. Beautifully bred horse is Mars Goal, who ran third out of 6 runners. Third right throughout, in fact. Champions Way won by a comfortable margin, and Mars Goal on the other hand ran third. His sporting tongue strap is number 3, Mars Goal. 4 will be Mazeltov. Mazeltov was the one who ran second on this occasion. Is Mazeltov. Galahad was the winner of this race, with showing a clean pair of heels. Galahad quickened well to win by 3 lengths, whereas Mazeltov was the one who ended up finishing on second on this outing in race number 76 last winter. What's the script out of Jersey Girl? Is from tongue strap basket bet is number 4, Mazeltov. 5 will be Ricardo. Ricardo ran third. Synthesis was the winner of this race in the colors of white with black hoops and sleeves. White cap is Ricardo. Race number 132 you're looking at. Ended up in the money, finishing on third on this occasion. Led the field for most part of the journey and finished on third ultimately is Ricardo. The Synthesis was the winners from Tungsta Crossnose Band. And we move on to that's 8 Sangreal, who's coming from Hyderabad, where it was a fancied runner and ended up finishing on second on the sorting. Behind Adbut was Sangreal in the colors of royal blue and white checks. In fact, is Sangreal came in from that back punch to end up finishing on second on the sorting. Fourth behind She Can, with the second in a subsequent outing by Detective. This ran second. Has been pretty consistent as Sangreal's from tongue stop rated at 35. Will be Sarai. Sarai ran fourth. Vivaldo was the winner of this race, and Sarai was the one who was waiting to force his way through in between runners and eventually ended up 4th out of 8 runners is Sarai. 10th star out of Snot is Sarai. After that, 3rd out of 6 runners being Galacticus on the previous occasion ran 4th out of 8 runners, were rated at 27 is number 9 Sarai. And we have seen this footage with Vivaldo coming and emerging victorious, previously having run 9th being Elmanor and 3rd being Galacticus rated at 27. The Blissful LEC was the one who ran 11th. Enabling was the winner of this race, and the Blissful LEC is at a shifting part out of LEC. 11th out of 12 runners, just beat one home on this occasion is the Blissful LEC. Having run 6th out of 8 runners being Stellantis. 11th out of 12 runners been Enabling. That's the form and credential. Back marker, in fact, is for tongue strap. And we have a look at number 11, that's Windsor. Windsor won the one who ran 4th, twice second with twice 4th in Hyderabad. In fact, is Windsor pretty consistent in NF, and in this occasion over that 7 for long trip. 4th out of 6 runners, 4th out of 5 runners. High Command was the winner of this race, and Windsor on this occasion ran 4th out of 5 runners from Tungsta Crossnose Band, rated at 35 is number 11 Windsor. Beautifully bred horse. Rodrigo Con out of Forever Glory is Windsor.
Calamity unfortunately had a setback just before the Calcutta Derby, so we couldn't run him. We've given him a nice long break. We've brought him back. Again, he's had 3-4 pieces of workouts. He's working well. He's looking well, but the race is a little open, I think. We have Lazarus, a nice 3-year-old from Basie's Yard, who's in his only start beaten Waikiki by 5 lengths. And then of course we have the other horse of mine, Chabelle. So it's a touch and go race. It's Calamity is running after December. So is Lazarus running after a long break. The one that has been consistently racing is Chabelle. So it's a touch and go race. It's a tight race.
He's a good horse. He's working quite comfortably, decent work. He's running after a long rest. He was having some setback after that race. So we eased him off and now brought him back over here, and he's just started working. So he's working decent. I think he will run a very good race.
She's a lovely filly. We think very highly of her. Hopefully she lives up to that expectations of ours, and it's a very competitive race. You've got some very good horses running in that race like Lazarus and Chabelle, but we are very optimistic about her chances and hoping for the best.
Yeah, the consistency doesn't seem to be shown in Ooty, and he ran some. I mean, I thought he ran some bad races in Ooty, like where he wasn't working well, and he didn't like the track much. So he's come back here. He's enjoying the track. I hope he runs a good race.
As I said last time, he was not right when he ran last, and he's come up after that race a lot, and I'm expecting him to run a very good race.
Yeah, he's a good horse. I've been riding him since his first run, and I'm been working him every day. So I know him in and out. I know his habits, and I definitely think he needs a longer trip. So I think he should run a good race over here.
Galahad is a very nice horse. He's had 2 starts, 1 fourth, 1 win. Setback again in the winter, given him time, come out well. We've given him a mock race last week. It's an open race. The horse there, the main horse there, I think, is Naughty Charmer. Naughty Charmer is a very good horse. He's had 3 wins in the winter. Did his Ooty campaign, I think, second twice in Ooty, but I think the track is probably not suited Naughty Charmer. Now he's coming back from an altitude to Bangalore, so I think he's the main horse to beat.
Yeah, Super Gladiator has got a very good chance in Sunday's race. The only thing for him will be carrying 61, and he's running against a 3-year-old who's a winner of a maiden race, but I'm hopeful that he will do well.
Galacticus, she ran on the invitation weekend, and then after that she ran 2 weeks after that, and she won with Trevor. We were a little anxious, and we tried to put her in the deep and try and take a shot at the classics at Ooty, which didn't quite fare well, but then she's come back well. She's taken the trip well. She's of course fitter, and we hope that the altitude advantage that we generally talk about coming down from Ooty, she should put up a bold show.
Coming up will be number 1, Shabal, who ran 6th. Ashwayudhveer was the winner of this race. Was being produced in the center of the track, in that mid-pack, in fact, given a couple of backhanders, and then ultimately ended up finishing on 6th on this occasion. This is the last winter run you're looking at, where Ashwayudhveer came and emerged victorious, and Shabal, on the other hand, ran 6th. Previously 6th in the Hyderabad Derby behind Salento is Shabal. Sporting Blinkers tongue stop rated at 62. Will be Extraordinary, who ran 8th. Siege Courageous was the winner. Well, in that third last position was Extraordinary, and ended up 8th out of 11 runners in this current summer run. Once third behind Galactical in race number 159 in winter, but his other previous runs and his subsequent runs not to be in the money, rated at 50 is one Blinkers tongue strap. 3 will be Kalamitsi. Kalamitsi ran 3rd. Imperial Power was the winner of this race. This is the 2000 guineas run you're looking at in Calcutta, where Kalamitsi came and finished on 3rd on this occasion. Well, fell back for 1 point of time, and again came back and finished on a fine 3rd on this occasion is Kalamitsi. Win Legend at a practically perfect, beautifully bred horse. One Tungster Crossnose band rated at 50. Pink Jasmine comes in next, who ran 10th. Charlie was the winner. This is the Mumbai run you're looking at of Pink Jasmine, who went to Mumbai and ended up finishing 10th out of 11 runs, just beat 1 home on this occasion, where Charlie was the winner, having run 7th behind Amreli on his previous occasion in last winter is Pink Jasmine. Excellent art out of Thoughts of You, Spon Blinkers tongue strap, rated at 48 is number 4, Pink Jasmine. 5 will be King of War. King of War was the eventual winner in this race, was King of War. This is the horse which has maintained that model of consistency, and now running in a higher class. In fact, having run in the bottom class and twice 4th with 2 wins to King of War's credit. And in this occasion, the winner beating Agera is the King of War, rated at 47. 6 will be Lazarus, the eventual winner in this race. Mumbai run of Lazarus, waiting to pounce on the front runner. The final 200 meters took out the running and ultimately win by a margin of 5 lengths, where Waikiki came in from the 3rd to end up finishing on 2nd. 5 lengths was the margin between the first 2 runners, rated at 44. Spoon tongue strap is number 6, Lazarus. 7 will be Original Sin, yet another beautifully bred horse, sort of multi-dimensional. Secret Garden is Original Sin. Won his last outing, beating Only the Brave in race number 124, and subsequently ended up finishing on 4th out of 6 runners. NRI Double Power was the eventual winner in this race, and Original Sin was the one who ended up finishing on 4th. Spon Blinkers Tungster Crossnose band, rated at 40. And Vasista was the one, the eventual winner in this race. Well, after that disappointing run on the first occasion, finishing 7th being Detective, made amends to come and eventually win by a margin of a neck, in fact, with the Worcester having that useful lead of almost 2 lengths, and ultimately Claire was the one who came and bridged in the gap on every stride to just finishing a next second on this occasion, and Worcester was the winner of this race, rated.
Yeah, the consistency doesn't seem to be shown in OT, and he ran some. I mean, I thought he ran some bad races in OT, like where he wasn't working well, and he didn't like the track much. So he's come back here. He's enjoying the track. I hope he runs a good race.
As I said last time, he was not right when he ran last, and he's come up after that race a lot, and I'm expecting him to run a very good race.
Yeah, he's a good horse. I've been riding him since his first run, and I've been working him every day. So I know him in and out. I know his habits, and I definitely think he needs a longer trip. So I think he should run a good race over here.
Galahad is a very nice horse. He's had 2 starts, 1 fourth, 1 win. Setback again in the winter, given him time, come out well. We've given him a mock race last week. It's an open race. The horse there, the main horse there, I think, is Naughty Charmer. Naughty Charmer is a very good horse. He's had 3 wins in the winter. Did his Ooty campaign, I think, second twice in Ooty, but I think the track is probably not suited Naughty Charmer. Now he's coming back from an altitude to Bangalore, so I think he's the main horse to beat.
She's a lovely filly. She's a long filly, and she's been working well. She's moving well. Definitely, she's running in a tough set. Hopefully, she'll run a great race.
Well, Naughty Charmer ran second. Something Royal was the winner of this race, up there in that front position, traveling in the center of the track, and eventually finished on second on this outing, with Something Royal was the one challenged up strongly on the outside. Naughty Charmer and Something Royal battled it out, and ultimately Something Royal emerged victorious to win by a length, and Naughty Charmer finishing on second on this occasion. Lives to fight another day. Pretty consistent horse, putting cross-nose band rate 65. Well, number 2 will be Hunting Dawn. Hunting Dawn is the eventual winner in this race. Was Hunting Dawn. Is out of OZDFU, out of Glorious Him is Hunting Dawn, the eventual winner in this race. Pretty consistent, in fact. 2 wins with twice in the money. In fact, in his previous occasions is Hunting Dawn, and this occasion wrapped up this race to win by 1 1/4 lengths, putting basket bet rated at 52. 3 will be Fight On. Fight On ran second. Siege Courageous is the winner of this race, and Siege Courageous travelled almost in the center of the track, came up with a rattle on the outside to come and emerge victorious to win by 2 3/4 lengths, and Fight On was the one who slipped into the lead for a brief while and then ultimately had to play the role of bridesmaid by finishing on second behind Siege Courageous, but Tungster Crossnose band rated at 46. 4 will be Brave Trooper, and number 6 also coming up is Del Pico. These are the 2 runners we have a look at, but let's start off with Brave Trooper. Was a winner in Madras, beating Miss Allure, and subsequently ended up finishing on 4th on this occasion, where Naughty Charmer was the winner on that occasion, rated at 41 as Brave Trooper, the Mysore challenger, whereas the other run in this race is Del Pico, who won his last outing beating Ruling Dynasty, and subsequently ran second out of 7 runners being Naughty Charmer, rated at 41 is number 6 Del Pico. Five will be Zar. The eventual winner in this race is Zar, and Zar was the one who came and emerged victorious. In the colors of red with the red and blue stripes is Zar. Ended up winning this race, beating Fort Nelson by the shortest of margins. In fact, nose was the verdict between the first 2 runners, and Zar won on this occasion. One Tungster Crossnose band rated at 38. We move on to 2 runners, that's Felix and number 9 Gimla. These are the 2 runners, but let's have a look at Felix's credential. Felix was the one who ended up finishing on just beating 1 home on this occasion. Is Felix, who was sporting that white cap, in fact, and ended up just beating 1 home, rated at 29 from Blinker's tongue strap, having run 4th in Chennai and 3rd in his subsequent outing being Something Royal as Felix. On this occasion, 11th out of 12 runners, whereas the other runner, number 9 Gimla, finished on 9th. After that, 3rd in Starkova's win in Ooty, ended up finishing on 9th, rated at 30s. One tongue strap is Gimla. Galahad was the eventual winner in this race was Galahad. Showed a clean pair of fields to emerge victorious to win by 3 lengths. In fact, is Galahad. Sir Cecil out of Vadaroos is Galahad, having run 4th behind Cat Whisker, and in this occasion, winner beating Mazeltov by a margin of 3 lengths. Sporting Tongue Strap rated at 40 is number 8, Galahad. I Want It All was the one who finished on 5th on this occasion. Well, I Want It All is out of Cougar Mountain out of Ajjavid. This I Want It All has been pretty consistent, having run twice 3rd and 4 times 5th, in fact, in his career is I Want It All, and finished on 5th to be in this occasion as well, having run 5th in his previous occasion is I Want It All. Spun tongue stop rated at 27. Vinamro is the next runner. Vinamro ran 7th. Virocchio was the winner of this race. Travelled almost in the centre of the track was Vinamro, but could only finish on 7th out of 9 runners. 7th right throughout. There was no change in the placings at all, and ended up finishing on there itself is Vinamro. Planetaire out of Just Julie, rated at 26. Spun tongue stop is Vinamro. Jamari comes in next. Well, Jamari was the one who ran 2nd behind Elpenor on this occasion is Jamari. Came in from that, led the field, in fact, is Jamari, with Elpenor was the one who flashed onto the scene from that mid-pack to come and emerge victorious, and Jamari ran 2nd on this occasion, 4.5 lengths behind Elpenor, having won his last outing in race number 92 is Jamari. And
yeah, Super Gladiator has got a very good chance in Sunday's race. The only thing for him will be carrying 61, and he's running against a 3-year-old who's a winner of a maiden race, but I'm hopeful that he will do well.
Galacticus, she ran on the invitation weekend, and then after that she ran 2 weeks after that, and she won with Trevor. We were a little anxious, and we tried to put her in the deep and try and take a shot at the classics at Ooty, which didn't quite fare well, but then she's come back well. She's taken the trip well. She's of course fitter, and we hope that the altitude advantage that we generally talk about coming down from Ooty, she should put up a bold show.
Let's have a look at Super Gladiator's credential, who ran 5th. Rightly Noble was the winner of this race, and Super Gladiator is a Royal Gladiator of Antilia, who's had a couple of outings in the higher class, and in this run in the lower class ran 5th out of 7 runners behind Rightly Noble is the Super Gladiator, rated at 42. Spun blinkers, tongue strap and basket bit is number 1, Super Gladiator. 2 will be Galacticus, who ran in OT and finished on 8th behind Something Royal is Galacticus. There you can see on the top of your screen is Galacticus. Rodrigo Corner out of Mine Forever, having won his outing in last winter in race number 158, beating Super Sapphire by a margin of 2 lengths, and subsequently went out to OT and ran 10th in the Guineas behind Something Royal, and finished again 8th out of 9 runners in Something Royal's win in the Derby. In fact, is Galacticus. Sporting tongue strap rated at 38, did not show that form or what he had in the winter is Galacticus, and finished on off the frame, and she did run a very poor race on both occasions in OT. Well, 3 will be Osiris. Osiris finished 5th. Win My Love was the winner of this race. Well, traveling almost about 7 wide off the fence was Osiris, but ran once 4th behind Disruptor, and in this occasion 5th behind Win My Love, won by a measure of ease, in fact, by 7 1/4 lengths is Win My Love, with Osiris ending up in the ruck, finishing on 5th, rated at 38. One blinkers, tongue struck, cross nose band is Osiris. We move on to number 4, that's Twilight Fame. Twilight Fame, the grey, you cannot miss it. Up there in the 3rd position and dropping back gradually to run 5th out of 9 runners is Twilight Fame. Alcides Synergy was the winner of this race, whereas Twilight Fame ran 5th out of 9 runners, rated at 37. Spun tongue strap is Twilight Fame. 5 will be Caesar's Palace. Caesar's Palace ran 7th. King of War was the winner of this race. Corporate Jungle out of Rihala is Caesar's Palace, who's had a couple of outings, but in the current summer season, race number 21 was withdrawn, in fact, in measure of times when is Caesar's Palace. But you're looking at number 171, finished 7th being King of War, is Caesar's Palace. From blinkers, tongue strap, rated at 36. 6 will be Able One. Able One ran second. Thunderstruck was the winner of this race, and Able One was the one. Up there in front is Able One. Under the whip, given a couple of reminders or so, and finished on second on this outing with Thunderstruck challenging up strongly on the outside, and under the strong urgings of the jockey, managed to win by a margin of half a length is Thunderstruck. Able One lives to fight another day, but tongue strap rated at 31. 7 will be Flying Brave. Flying Brave ran 7th. Spirit Dancer was the winner, and Flying Brave in the silks of gold with gold blue belt, gold sleeves with armband is Flying Brave. Finished on ending up 7th, having run 6th being Tripitaka and 7th being Spirit Dancer. That's the form and credential. Rated at 30s for tongue strap is Flying Brave. We move to the next runner, that is limited edition. Limited edition ran 4th on this occasion, is limited edition with a blaze on his forehead. The limited edition finished on 4th, having run 3rd on the first occasion being King of War, with 6th being Sophia, 5th being Sea Blush. In this occasion, 4th out of 13 runners. Serenus was the winner, winning by a margin of 4.5 lengths. This is the last winter run you're looking at, rated at 28 is number 8, limited edition. 9 will be Capri Girl. Capri Girl ran 7th. Tiger Returns was the winner of this race, and Capri Girl was the one who was towards the rail side, sporting that side cheek piece. In fact, his Capri Girl ended up finishing on 7th after a good performance in his first outing in winter, third behind the Omega Man. Poorly ran a poor race in a subsequent outing, finishing on 7th out of 8 runners. Tiger Returns was the winners for tongue strap side cheek piece, rated at 26. Recreator will be the last runner for the day. Recreator ran 5th. Pavarotti was the winner of this race, and Recreator was the one in the silks of white with dark green horseshoe. Ended up 5th in his lone outing here in the summer, having run in race number 9 and ran 5th behind Pavarotti, who literally pulverized the opposition on this occasion. 9 3/4 lengths was the verdict between the first 2 runners, and you can sum up the story of how good the performance was of Pavarotti. Recreator on the other hand ran 5th. The Sporting Blinkers Tungster Crossnose Band rated at 26. So that's one of the preview of today's races. We'll join you next week. Until then, thank you from all of us.